Well, this one is about Christian Cleric who actually did chide our political leaders, and of course, why are you excited, everybody? Well, I'm not going to say much on this. We had a lot of political leaders who gathered a service, and of course, this Christian Cleric put the gun to their faces without even looking at them. So let's quickly watch this video. We'll be right back.
Those of you we preach to who refuse to repent, God will judge you. That is why I'm preaching today. Let there be a change. I keep telling you people, this white hair I'm growing, I'm too young to have white hair. It's the stress of Nigeria. Every day over 100 people are in the Bishop's Court, are in the Archbishop Palace, requesting charity. Why will I not grow white hair? When the crude oil that run from Nigeria can make every Nigerian live properly, live as a human. Now you have strength to run around every corner. Don't worry. A day is coming. You will not even know the number of clothes that are in your wardrobe. Before you die, you can be aged, and when you get to a certain stage, you will even forget that you are naked. All these ones we are doing, God will judge us. Starting with me, starting with the church. Those of us who collect stolen money, God will judge us. And those of us who tell you that this is how to do it, God will judge us. And those of you we preach to who refuse to repent, God will judge you. That is why I'm preaching today. Let there be a change. Tell your neighbor, let there be a change. For good. Not hope that will not be realized. We are waiting. Nigerians should pray for Tinubu. Encourage him. I want him to succeed. If he succeeds, my burden will be less. I keep telling you people, this white hair I'm growing, I'm too young to have white hair. It's the stress of Nigeria. Every day over 100 people are in the Bishop's Court, are in the Archbishop Palace, requesting charity. Why will I not grow white hair? When the crude oil that run from Nigeria can make every Nigerian live properly, live as a human, they give us fake data that the oil running from Nigeria is not up to 2 million barrels, and the thieves are living with us. Anger has come to expire. Is there somebody ready to repent today? To say at the burial of Ike Cleric, I heard God saying.
All right, welcome back. Yes, you heard from the Christian Cleric. I do not know, but okay, let me start with you, Femi Chacha. Well, you had a Christian Cleric, and like I said, he put the gun to their faces without even, being scared or watchful with what he said. He was saying it and was looking at everybody eyeball to eyeball. And of course, looking at the faces of our leaders or politicians, they all look stoned. They look surprised, without emotions, flashing through their faces. What are your thoughts about this message? And of course, speaking to the politicians.
I need to say that he's courageous. I need to give it to him that he's courageous. I respect people like that. That's what is called saying truth to power. On the other hand, I think there are 3 categories of Nigerians that I don't like to argue with.
Okay.
Number 1, those that are out of power and they immediately know all the solutions. It is when they are he knows what I'm talking. When they were in power,
they didn't know solution.
But you see, immediately they are out of power. They now have all the advice and all the solution, and you now begin to wonder what happened when you were there. That's the first category of people that I don't. The second category of people are those that have never been, that know all the solutions but have never been given any opportunity to even implement anything in the closest corner in their own locality. I'll give you a good instance. One of the reasons why, especially in Benue, why people expected that there's going to be a change was because the Reverend Father, in the name of Reverend Father Aliyah, was voted in, who is a complete difference compared to Samuel Otom, who we think has been in politics for all his life, and then having Reverend Father Aliyah supposed to be a breath of fresh air. I'll give another example. When Oshiomole moved from a labor person that was so audacious, so loud, everybody believed that, wow, once he comes, But what happened? Till today, people in Edo State are still complaining. They are still saying what the problems are. So the second category of people that I don't like to argue with are people that have not probably made any attempt in their own locality. But we excuse him from that because he even gave us an example that over 100 people every day.
Yeah, the Archbishop, right?
At the Bishop's Court.
Yes.
Now, the third category of people, they know the problems, but they don't know the solutions. They don't believe there's a solution. And that is where sadly, many of the clerics, you see, we have to, one of the reasons why it looks as if when you bring some of these agitators, when you bring them to the table and you now present issues to them, it's sad that they go back home and they don't even know what to tell other people. It's the same thing that happens everywhere, because most of them know all of the problems, but they don't know what the solution is. Going forward, I think if we must fix the fabric of this nation, it starts from our traditional rulers, our religious leaders, educational leaders from every sector, every walks of life. If all of us begin to think like he does, or speak within our community like he did, then when people begin to hear from everyone, obviously some of us that are politically minded will always know that we'll fall back to people that will prick our conscience when they talk to us, not just surrounded by psychophants. So like I said, I give it to him, but I really hope that it's not just about talking. We must be solution oriented.
I really hope Femi would have also told us the likes of people he likes to argue with. He has told us those he doesn't like to argue with. I would have loved him to also express those he likes to talk to.
The people I like to argue with is Chief Godwin. Because I think I said that was the first thing
let's go biblical a little bit. All right. If you know the history of the kings and the prophets in the Bible, you will know that the prophets were those who fight the bad kings, the kings that were not doing the right thing. They were the ones predicting their downfall. All right? In the Bible. True. It's there. I'm not very proficient in Islam, so I have not read the Quran. So I will not speak about that. But I will speak about the faith that they brought me up with. All right? But you see now, unlike what used to happen, when you see a prophet who now compromise in those days with the rulers of the world, the God will now punish them. E.g., the likes of Eli. Please, if I'm wrong, correct me. Now, you now see that today, in today's world, you find out that the prophets no longer speak the truth to power. The most powerful prophet, when the day they have those who have badly dealt with this country in their church, they begin to sing like an idiot. That's why I keep telling you, they begin to sing like bird, talk flowering things. Before we come live, when the video was playing, Femi jokingly said that they will not see offering and tithes on that day. Exactly. And because that is what they have reduced the house of God to. Tithes and collection and donation. You see that man speak to those people. That's why I told you, it may be very hard for me to be quote unquote man of God, because I may be killed anytime. But it doesn't matter, because people like Martin Luther King was killed. People like Malcolm X was killed. All right, people like that, they were speaking truth to power. You don't need to speak from the pulpit. You can speak from anywhere.
Yes.
People like Taisolaring, people that speak truth to power. All right, they fear. In fact, it was so bad in their time because it was military. So it's now that we have civilian government. Men of God have, connived with these people to deal with the masses. They have connived with these people. Nothing is working. I was on a radio station this morning speaking on the issue about 2027 and the new party. What the question I asked is that, why are we talking about 2027 27. When I cannot afford to buy a vegetable in the market right now. I picked up a paper yesterday. We were saying, oh, thank God that the petrol has come down from to 875 naira. This morning, it has gone up again.
Back. Yeah.
It has gone up again. And we are not doing anything. We are talking about people that are doing alliances, people that are decamping. The other day, my state governor, decamp. How many people are in poverty line in Akwa Ibom State? You are decamping. You are making sure you are bringing people to the stadium. You are doing a lot of things that do not add up to the people's plight. That do not help them grow.
I forgot to welcome your state into the business.
Right?
Sorry.
So at the end of the day, we are here. Like you see, end up. The typical Nigerian pastor pray for Tinubu on what?
Just see.
Because they say pray for your leader.
Yes, to succeed.
Tell him the truth. People are suffering. Wait now, please. Wait. I'm not saying you shouldn't pray. You can pray for anybody you want to. Somebody is praying for me too. My children are praying for me. All right? But when we come, let us say these things. People are suffering. 70,000 naira. In fact, as we talk today, the minimum wage is 70,000 naira. Is worse than when they were paying 30,000.
The value.
Yes, the value.
Are you aware that the value of 70,000 naira is below 30,000 when
what that
could do? Are you aware? So what is that value now? But people would greatly and shamelessly put it in the paper that we've increased salary to 70,000. They cannot tell you what 70,000 can buy. That is the country that we are in. You see in Lagos landlord increasing rent because cement is uncontrollably high in terms of, because if anything happened to the house, how would they build it? How would they sustain? Most of them are retiring. So at the end of the day, can we all the big pastor, not to run the run the risk of mentioning people's name. We have Nigeria has one of the biggest Christendom in the world. Our pastors, all of them get, all the big pastors, I can name them on my fingertips, have private jets. But none of them, there is no someone go to every church. There was a time when I started journalism, I used to go, the first place they sent me to was to go on Sunday service. I have gone to this man in this man on yes, Guru Maharaj. He speak and I will write it. Pastors used to preach things that relates with the common people. But today, pastors are alienated. They don't know what is happening to the poor person. Every Sunday, when the Sunday service is about to close, they will say, "Go and be blessed this week." The same people come back poorer.
Okay, all
God
right.
bless that clergyman.
Well, let's read some messages so we can wrap up. Our time is already fast spent. This one says, "Good afternoon, Peru. In the absence of rule of law, impunity will be the order of the day. Dele Faratimi, David Dudain, and many brilliant minds like me to foresee that it will be a nightmare if this cash and carry INEC and judiciary allow the government to come into power. Unfortunately, they have forced down the truth of Nigerians. Thank God we were vindicated. You can see that this government has turned this country to a gangster paradise. Look at the insecurity in the land. Imagine more than 200 killed in a swoop. The Benue people were protesting, but the government sent police to arrest and throw tear gas on harmless protesters, killing all around the country. No political will to fight insecurity. Also, they have compromised all institutions for 2027 gain. The economy, education, health, and all sector is in a dead state. All they do is to tax and loot. Nightmare government. It's a shame the worst of us winning the best of us. Truly, that was our country." Another one says, "They claimed that they were misled. Well, while shouting and the smoking of fire was going up, where are they? The people that they were talking about were held on that duress." I think it's talking about the alibis that were giving, Benue, giving women and food and shelter to the others.
Why are you particular about the women?
Good afternoon, dear presenters. We need the Elijah for time to speak for us in Nigeria. Yes, we need the Elijah in this our time. Anyway, we have to call it the end of the program. I know Femi has a lot to say as regards the first topic. But apologies for cutting you off.
Speaking for the government.
Well, anyways, we'll just call it a wrap. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure. I take it. It's a pleasure. I
hope you are being patient.
Well, maybe I know you don't do everything for money. Yeah. Or should I say you have been paid to hear your opinion too?
No, I'm speaking for the masses.
So why do you think I'm not speaking my own opinion too?
Okay, while he's speaking his opinion just as you are, so yes, I don't think anybody's being paid.
That was
I know. Just for our audience to actually understand that we're all fair here. Anyways, thank you all audience, thank you viewers for watching. It's been